You don't know how to path and clear angles properly. And if you're trying to get better, you are not even using the correct tools to improve. Hint: if you think running around in deathmatch will help you, that means you are the target audience for this video. When oversimplified, angle clearing is the concept of moving towards your objective and checking angle after angle for enemies. While it may sound simple, it is fundamental to the game, and the player who is better at clearing angles will win more engagements and open up the round for his team to win. But how do you get better at clearing angles? Angle clearing is a skill that combines three basic elements: map knowledge, counter-strafing, and crosshair placement. As you move around the map, you need to know which angles to clear first, based on what you are and are not exposed to. You then pre-aim the positions you think an enemy can be, swing into the angle, and if someone is there, time your counter-strafe with your shot. Which is why deathmatch is awful for this. Valve truly made the perfect experience if you want to have awful spawns, enemies appearing behind you out of nowhere, and running into people at the most random positions. You are more likely to spend time getting shot in the back and clearing non-existent angles instead of practicing proper angle clearing. If only there was a tool where you could move around the map and have to clear strategically placed spots in common angles. Something that you can do over and over and over again to build muscle memory. Maybe even something that tracks your improvement and increases the difficulty as you get better. Oh wait, this is a Refrag video, and we have more than one tool just like this. And if you want to try it for yourself, click the link in the description and use the code ANGLE15. Now, if you have been playing the game long enough, you will have an intuition of the common spots that people play in, but knowing where to look is just the baseline of clearing angles. What is just as important, and in my opinion most overlooked, is where you stand and how you path across the map. Your first objective to improving your angle clearing skills is to focus on your navigation. As you move around the map, you want to expose yourself to as few angles at the same time as you can. This decreases your odds of getting shot in the back while you're looking the wrong way. Let us look at an example by loading up a Prefire server on Mirage. The objective here is to follow the green line and clear out all the enemies without dying. But this is easier said than done. If you blindly try to get to the end, you will notice that at times, bots will be able to see you from a direction you are not looking, and you will die before you get to them. Instead, start by considering all the potential positions enemies can be and finding the best order of clearing them. Let's say you're about to push out of Mirage ramp. Do you move straight towards the side, or do you move to Tetris first? These are all important decisions you have to make, because there are objectively right and wrong opinions. Moving to the side first means that as you're clearing it, jungle players could see you as well, creating an unfavorable fight for you. Instead, moving to Tetris first, then clearing side, means that you are safely clearing side without being exposed to jungle. Once the angles that you can see are cleared, proceed to side and then look at jungle. The next step is to combine your proper navigation with good crosshair placement. The goal of good crosshair placement is to reduce the amount you need to adjust your crosshair before you can shoot a target, reducing your time to kill. To do this, you need to predict and visualize where an enemy can be prior to peeking the angle. Rather than aiming at the edge of the angle, practice aiming at the enemy through the wall so that your crosshair lands on them as soon as you peek. Lastly, what do you do when your crosshair is on the enemy? Just shoot, right? Naively, you may say yes, but a good player will know that the answer is no, because you have to adjust for moving in accuracy. A future video will do a deep dive into counter-strafing, but the general idea is that players have momentum. When you press a movement key, you take the time to accelerate to your max speed. Likewise, when you are letting the key go, you take time to slow down. This is why you cannot shoot right away after you let go of your movement key. The time it takes you to stop can be improved by pressing the movement key that is opposite to the direction that you're currently traveling. If I'm using the A key to move left, I will let go of the A key and tap the D key. If I am moving forward, I tap my backwards key. This also works for diagonals. Counter-strafing helps you slow down much faster, and you should be using this while clearing angles as you move around the map. Now you need to combine all three aspects mentioned above: navigating, crosshair placement, and counter-strafing. A good angle clear should look like this. Approach the angle from the safest path, visualize where the enemy will be, aim at them through the wall, peek out, and while you do so, micro-adjust and counter-strafe. Shoot them if they are there, or move to the next angle if they are not. But this is easier said than done. done. And nailing down the coordination of your actions, all while predicting the location of enemies and where you should stand, is a skill that is built by repetition. Like mentioned earlier, Prefire is a wonderful game mode that has multiple scenarios on all maps, which you should be running over and over and over again to build muscle memory. On top of this, here are some additional game modes for you to try to add variety. In Angle Trainer, you will also be following the green line, but rather than having enemies in most angles, you will only need to clear out 2 enemies. This mimics the real scenario a little more because not all angles will have enemies in a real game. I like to do this once I have built good habits with the Prefire game mode. X-Fire is a combination of the Prefire and Crossfire game mode. Here you will have to both move around to clear angles, but also kill bots that are swinging you. This is the most realistic way to practice, because in real games, the enemy might be stationary or engaging with you first. I would use this game mode to tie it all together at the very end. As you're getting better with any of the game modes, make sure to enable the .smart mode. This means that as you're getting better, the enemies will too. Bots will have a faster reaction time and be more accurate. And after you're done with your practice, make sure you go back to the home page and look at stats such as counter-strafing accuracy, cross replacement accuracy, and time to kill. Now go out there and build some good muscle memory and good habits using Refrag, instead of the neglected and unoptimized game mode of Valve Deathmatch. Head to refrag.gg with the link in the description and use Angle 15 for a discount.